Hello, everybody. Welcome to Smoking and Joking. My name is Ralphine. I am your co-host today, and I'm here with Reed.
Reed, you already know it's your boy Reed Rachi. What's good, everybody?
Well, so today we're going to get into a couple of things. We have a couple of jokes for you guys. We got a couple of segments of a bad advice corner ready for you guys. We also have Anthony that's going to be giving us some advice today on relationships, and I'm really interested because he kind of fine. So we're gonna get it.
Look at you! You shooting your shot.
All right, Reed, go ahead.
Shoot, hey, so like Ralphine just said, we're just waiting for our other co-host Anthony to come in right now. So the
I'm
first
here.
thing that hey
Anthony.
What's up?
what's good?
I'm gonna well, I tell you what's good. It ain't this application because it ain't playing with me. But yeah, everything's good. How y'all doing tonight?
Man, we hanging in there, man. Trying to beat this California heat.
Oh my goodness.
Get down to Florida whenever it's doggone humidity's killer down here.
Hey, I definitely understand that.
When I was in Florida, I would get out the shower and I couldn't tell if I was still sweating or if I just took a shower.
Yeah, it's
that was gross.
it is pretty gross down here. It can be. It's all right most of the time, but we have those hot seasons where it's just like right now. It's getting, I think it's like 96 degrees, 80% humidity, so it's not exactly what we call fun,
Hell no, I understand. I was down there for a couple of times. I definitely understand. We just waiting to get our first topic, so we're gonna jump right into it. So
let's do it.
Our first topic that we were kind of discussing was relationships.
Situationships, is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much situationships.
Oh, please. I'm sorry, guys. Please let them know you're in your hoe phase. I would love
that. Yeah. It's that time of year, Once you get broken up with or left or whatever, it's just like, do I really need a relationship? Not really. I don't.
Nobody broke up with you. Huh? Go ahead, Reed.
What?
Oh, you talking about? All right, so I'm just waiting for my prompt to come up. We could just talk. We could freestyle it. So just talking about relationships, like as we said, I just got out of a relationship, So the nostalgia with these relationships, sometimes you get that nostalgia feeling because you got a good heart, so you start missing that person more and more. And more alcohol you drink, the more you get, when you down that bottle of vodka,
when you get out of a relationship, you be drinking. You be
smoking. Oh yeah, man! I turned into a wino, man.
What? Yeah. What does that do for you?
I mean, it opens up the endorphins in my brains, but it also just makes me more great. Like I send a girl love songs, like "Oh, I miss you," but then when I wake up, I'll be like, "Damn, why I did that?"
So that's kind of funny.
So do you guys
like drunk texts and stuff like?
Do you guys
break up and I start working out?
Do you guys indulge after breakups? Like not just with drinking, but anything just to.
I started trying to look better. I will go out of my way to like hit the gym, like things I should have been doing. So I think I just indulge in myself more.
Yeah, probably the same thing. I don't really indulge in anything anymore. I don't drink or use drugs or anything. So it's just like, I've already been through that. So that's all in my book. That's all in my book.
Hey, so we can't definitely wait to read it too, brother.
Yeah. So I guess I'm like her. I'm just like I go to the gym, but I've always go to the gym though because that's my occupation. Literally, that is literally my occupation.
Yeah, we know you both, brother. We know you both.
So I mean, other than that though, I don't know. Like I'll go to therapy. I'll read and I don't know. I listen to like sappy ass love songs, be gay as fuck. So,
what's your favorite? What's your go-to love song?
Honestly, Alicia Keys. What is it called? Alicia Keys. Like, what is it? Dealing with a broken heart or something like that? Hold on, I'll tell you.
So you guys listen to sad songs when you're sad?
I mean, usually breakups. I don't get sad very often unless it's a woman. To be honest with you, it's only a woman that puts me into that situation. Whenever I'm by myself like I am right now, I'm happy. I'm like, I'm good. But whenever a woman does it, it's just like, bro, like Like, bro, I gave you. Well, before you get into all that craziness, like, what does a
Mm-hmm.
woman want? Okay, they want emotional
Mm-hmm.
intelligence, emotional stability. They want
Mm-hmm.
emotional security. They want all of these different things, right? So once
Yep.
a man provides those, it is incumbent for that to be the stable, like the staple of the relationship, right? And these are the things that women yearn for. They openly talk about it. And not to mention, I usually don't pursue women, they pursue me. So,
Okay.
and I'm not saying I got it like that.
No,
I do have it like
I
that. All right,
definitely
I
get
do
what
We
have
you
it
hear
mean.
you.
like that. Okay.
Yep.
So I don't usually pursue women very often. So whenever a woman is coming to me and she's saying, I want this, this, and this is what my last relationship lacked, or my ex-husband didn't provide this right here. These weren't the staples. He wasn't communicating with me properly, didn't talk to my love language, didn't show me emotional affection, all these different things. Then you get somebody like me who's willing to do it, but yet they're emotionally still traumatized from the previous relationship. That puts and you don't realize this. I didn't realize this until later. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize this until we get into the topics of, we'll say, the dynamics of the family with the children and everything, and how she views it and stuff. And you realize that those affections are still there for that other man. And it's just like, like, what do I do at this point? You know what I mean? And then you get breadcrumbed, because then the separation starts to begin. No matter how hard somebody clings on, or not clings on, but attempts to put forward the effort of whatever the situation is, you can tell that it is going to dissipate. So, you know, I go into fucking listening to Sappy's love songs.
Okay.
So that's just me, though. Everybody's different, right?
That's just me though. No,
He
yeah,
drinks
I hear
wine,
you.
you know.
I definitely hear you. When I hear love songs, I think I start thinking about the actual thing that happened. I start trying to relate what they're singing about to what I had going on. And then it just makes me more sad. So then I'm like, let's listen to some rock music. I really like, K-pop. I like Japanese songs that I can't understand.
Okay.
I will definitely go that route, and just to clear my mind, because the love stuff is going to hurt my feelings. It's going to make me want to text that person. It's going to make me want to reach out to whatever I feel like I'm missing. Whatever the song's talking about, it's going to make me feel like that. And I don't want to feel like that. And even if it's like a happy love song, that's going to make me sad, because I'm not happy. I'm not with my man no more. Like, so no.
Yeah.
No to the songs. I think I like mute when I get broken up with, or when I have a breakup. I'm getting broken up with.
Now let me ask you this. So now, since I know statistics pretty well, in your relationships, who ends the relationship more frequent? Is it you or him?
In my relationships, I end
Mhm.
relationships pretty frequent. I'm the one to do it, and I'm the one to do it because you should do it, and I'm watching you want to do it, and I'm gonna just do it for you. That's a lot of the time how it goes, because I see men trying to stick it out with me, and it's not a bad thing.
Mhm.
I could just see it's not. That's not gonna work, because the ways you're trying to stick it out are too obvious. You should be so smooth that you're making life work for you and me. But because it's like a struggle for you, and I think we talked about this off camera, like on the phone. A lot of the men I've dealt with, it's a struggle for them to keep their own things together, And if I can see that happening, there's no way I'm going to let you continue to try for me. Like, that is horrible. And the women that do stick that out are outside, and this is not all of them, but that's where you see the dog and the woman and the man with the sign. Because y'all trying to stick it out, and y'all should have been already stopped that. Somebody should have stopped that.
Yeah. What are your whenever it comes to, like, we'll say, therapy and whatnot, have you ever gone to couples therapy or anything like that?
I went to couples therapy with my son's father, and it
Mm-hmm.
was due to the fact that we got together. Same thing with you guys were talking about, like really early in the relationship. I got pregnant like 6 months into being with him, and then just found out a lot of information afterwards. And so I was willing to go to therapy, but I think I was pushing that. I was forcing that. I wanted that to happen. And so him being there was still like what I was getting at home. So it's like, now at this point I'm paying, and I'm paying for it because I want us to do it so bad, So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
this is a waste for me because I'm the only one talking to you. We get here and you're still not interested because you don't agree with what I'm saying, and you didn't want to come anyways, and you're just here because we have a kid, And that, at that point, I do feel like I am a woman that will do and go that far and try to figure it out and see like what mentally is stopping you from physically attributing to this relationship. I definitely consider that in a relationship.
That's good. I mean, I'm, you know, I can't disagree with you whenever you say that that you see it ending or it should have already ended. Like I can see where that comes from because of a lack of effort, communication. Believe it or not, that's the reason why most relationships end. It's not infidelity or cheating. It comes from a lack of communication and a lack of effort. That's
Right.
statistically speaking. That's the reason why most divorces happen and dissolutions. Also with breakups, there's always that lack of communication is happening. Um, but so I definitely agree with you, especially you can't
It is
carry that whole relationship on your shoulders at all, you know.
right.
So yeah,
We have a comment. Want to read it for us?
we got my husband and I went to couples therapy 4 times, and the last time the therapist advised me to leave him.
No,
That's
yeah, they be knowing.
yeah,
They be knowing. And it's the way
yeah.
the man will act sometimes during those things that will let the therapist know, like, honey, it's not you. Like I'm telling you right now, you know?
Hmm.
So, and having somebody that's in your corner like that, that's actually really there for their work and is not there to get money, because a therapist can run this for a while for you guys. You know what I mean? Knowing that you guys should not be together, they can run that up,
They
okay?
can.
But to have someone that's genuinely there in your corner, like, this is not. Listen, it may not be me, the therapist that's working for you guys, but I can see that it's not going to work, you know? And that's very helpful coming from somebody that's not in your personal life every day, or like your mom or your friend, or right. So a
Yeah,
professional.
abs- absolutely, absolutely. So, Reed, what about you, man? You over there being silent? I don't hear you.
Oh, he's silent for real.
Oh, he's silent for real. Are we the only two? Yeah. Is he on mute? What
Your
happened?
mic. He said, keep it rolling.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep it rolling.
Oh, there it is. There he is.
Oh,
There he
I
is.
thought y'all could never hear it. Okay.
Oh,
No,
we
we
can't.
couldn't hear a word you were saying. Honestly, it was her and I.
Okay, gotcha. No, what I was saying too. No, I was agreeing with both what you guys were saying. So
Mm.
I could tell you like this, like even with relationships, I find this. I don't know if you guys agree with this. The most things I see that kind of destroys relationships is having friends listen to other people about your relationship and
Mm-hmm.
putting them in there. So
Mm.
oh, we have somebody on the line. I think we got
Oh, yeah.
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
Yeah. Oh, the
Have
queen
a guest with
herself.
us
Okay.
today. What's up, Cleopatra?
Is she on the line right now?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
There
I didn't
she
even.
Yeah.
is.
I'm
Hey,
not
how's
even.
it going?
Listen, I'm trying to type. I'm not trying to talk.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, we got you here.
But okay. So just to piggyback off of what Reed was saying, I do know from experience, especially a lot of people who've been in and out of relationships and marriages, family and friends, keeping those elements out of your relationship issues and problems, and not first taking it to a therapist, or even just talking it out amongst yourselves and trying to find a resolution amongst yourselves. I've seen a lot of failed relationships due to friends and family and your
Right.
girlfriend or your homeboy, or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No.
I
I,
can't even disagree with
Absolutely.
that.
mhm.
I literally, just to piggyback on top of that, am just now learning, because I am 27 years old, so I haven't dated a lot, and the times that I have, am now learning of hearing these from people who have experience with relationships, to keep people out of your relationship. And at first you're thinking like it's just like a friend or somebody that's
Yeah.
there for an ear just to, listen, but really it boils down to, how does this person benefit, or how
Yeah.
does it even relate to them in your life? Do you call them for financial
Yeah.
problems? Do you call them for, do you call them for things
Mhm.
that they help with and you haven't heard back,
And
anything as far as gossip goes? And if
yeah,
not, like, don't make it a habit to do it with your relationship.
no. And we want to thank Cleopatra for calling
Yes,
in. We
we do.
definitely we love that. That was definitely
Thank you so much, Cleo.
good. But yeah, like as we continue on, man. So now we were talking about all these relationship problems. Now we're on to weird news. So the
Weird
last
news
weird
roundup.
news was about I guess in the Philippines. No, in Thailand. So if you're I guess if you're a transgender, you don't have to join the military over there. What do you guys
Oh,
think
really?
about that?
Um,
I'm not
uh,
laughing. because of the question. I'm laughing because in my mind, instantly, all I
Yeah,
thought was a bunch of people thinking like, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna turn to trans now." So I'm not
yeah,
trying to join the war.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, you look at it from the U.S. military. It's kind of like, okay, what you know, where do we fit into all of that? You know, so
you
because to
fit
be
in.
honest, if huh?
So don't you fit? You still fit in your same category.
Yeah, but then you got to remember if you're going through a transition, you're in the military, so they have to accommodate all of that. So
Okay.
that's what I would be. That would be my biggest thing to just And like I said, we love everybody here, LGBTQ
We love you
community and
guys.
stuff. Yeah, we
All
just
the
it was
letters.
just a discussion. It's not saying that it's weird news about. It's just saying that that's just
Something
okay.
that we haven't heard of.
Yeah, never heard of it before. Anybody else got some weird news?
I don't got no weird news.
Weird.
Gotcha. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we
Can
hear
you
you,
hear me?
bro.
Okay.
We hear
So
we
do
hear you,
anybody got
bro.
some weird news? I have some weird news.
Tell us another one. This is your segment.
Okay, so if no one's not listening out here, and you know what, if you got any kids, take them out the room because this is a wild story. So recently, it was I don't know where it took. I don't know exact what country. It was this doctor who was operating. That was performing like working OBGYN, I think. I don't know whoever delivered babies. So he was delivering
Plus,
babies. Yeah, so he had so they kept thinking that he was over medicating the babies, over medicating his patients. So they put a camera
no.
in the
Which
room.
one is it, Reed?
What? No, the patients. The patients.
Okay.
He was over medicating the patients. So
Okay.
they go into the so they set up a camera. So while they caught him on camera, they caught something where he was so it was a lady that was unconscious and he put his in her mouth while she was unconscious. Which I'm not weird news, but it's far left from
That's
that.
wild as
Yeah.
news.
No, but it makes you worry
I
about
definitely
and it's
heard about that though.
yeah.
It makes you think about
Yeah.
again how we're talking about when you're going to be in a relationship with someone, you should
Yeah.
probably get like some sort of mental diagnostic check
Yeah.
before they give you a go on go get a
Yeah.
boyfriend or go get a girl. I really think that should be a thing. I think that for doctors too, they just because you did all this schooling and you did all this, I don't there's no
Yeah.
like mental there's no they're not checking to
Yeah.
make sure you're all the way there. They're just glad that you did all this 12, 13 years of school and they're gonna give you a certificate. And if you get this job because you know how they don't know if you're I'm not gonna call you a weirdo. I'm not gonna say that, but they don't
Yeah.
know what your intentions are. Do you know what I
But
mean?
no, it makes you think
As
though.
trying to get into this medical field, are you trying to be an OBGYN to touch
Yeah.
people when you're in there? Like, what are your
Yeah.
intentions as a doctor? Like, I don't
And
know if these are really thorough, followed out questions. I think it's just because you got this degree and you passed
yeah.
these tests, and we're gonna give you this coat. And you just go work on these people. Go do your thing.
Yeah,
That's
but doesn't make you worry about going under and the stuff that can happen while you under if you don't have like a partner there with you,
I
just
will
to look
now
out for
ask to
you.
be filmed. I will now ask to be filmed. Yeah, it makes me
Yeah.
wonder.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's weird news and stuff like
You
that.
might
That's
just film
why
for me while I'm under here. Thanks.
yeah. But see, even that's another problem about being single. You can't even write nobody down really as your except family as your emergency contact. When you with somebody, it's good to have them there with you. So it kind of comes
Yeah.
kind of full circle, because I don't
Yeah.
have nobody.
Okay.
Like I think my
You can put
producer
me, you
probably
can put
down.
you can put me down.
Okay, can I put you down, Anthony?
Yeah, by all means, please.
You can put me
Okay.
down. Anytime
Uh,
he's like, hold on, y'all, I need to make sure that he's
yeah,
called
by
somebody.
all means. So
Got you.
yeah,
Got
so the only times I've had surgery was literally at the
you.
VA. So
Mm.
I mean they were both umbilical hernia surgeries. Um, yeah, and I mean I had one other surgery other than that, but that was like 20 some years ago in Washington D.C. So, but other than that, I haven't had surgeries. I haven't had surgeries in a long time.
Got you.
It's where I go under.
Got you.
So, whew.
So the next segment is the impact on social media on relationships.
What is
The
it?
impact of social media on relationships.
Phew. Let me tell
Good
you
or
something.
bad?
Bro, all right. So I think it all depends. Number one, it's going to depend on the person themselves. Specifically, whenever we're talking, which gender we're talking about, male or female. All right. So in studies show that men are more narcissistic. Uh, I think it was the early 2000s study, are more narcissistic based off of our testosterone. Okay, but we're looking now 20 years from that study, and the social media impact has really changed. Like as far gender genders in who has the narcissistic characteristics. So this is also part of my book as well, because I did fall under having some narcissistic traits that I literally pick up the DSM-5, you read it and you say, okay, I do
I'm
have this right
familiar
here.
with it.
And then you don't want to be remembered. Nobody wants to be remembered or thought of as a narcissist. So you have to change a lot of things about yourself and say, I don't want to, the world doesn't revolve around me. It doesn't, it doesn't circle the sun. None of this happens because of me. I'm just a normal person, a number in the system. I'm just part of society. So with the social media impact itself, you got women who are fours thinking they're eights based off of the
I agree.
contour of their face, the likes that they get on Instagram, Facebook, um, all these other social media platforms, threads, whatever. And all it takes is a camera angle at the right angle with the sunlight at the right place, the right contours of their face. And
Are you saying these
literally,
girls is ugly for real?
bro, like you have no idea. I done seen some of these women in real life and look completely different than what they look on social
What
media.
is completely different though?
Whenever we're
Because can
talking
I
about
just
whenever
touch on that?
whenever a woman takes off all that fucking face paint and they have moles all over, they take out their contact lenses and all that shit is gone and they're got abs like
See,
this. They're
that's
front in the
not.
front, just like this right here, and
I
they're
think
350 pounds and not 180 pounds. That's what I'm
what.
talking about.
Okay, the
That's what
weight
I'm
is
talking about.
different. The weight is for sure different. But I think when it comes to makeup and things like that, I think you guys are disregarding the art and how creative the woman that you're around is. I think you disregard the art.
No,
Absolutely.
not at
Yes,
all.
absolutely.
Not
Can
at
you put
all.
the on?
No, 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 no.
Can
If you
you
take
what? Can
no,
you
I
fix
want to
whatever
see that
features
face
you
without
thought?
makeup.
Like,
Guys,
I
we
want to see
got
that face without
Desiree
makeup.
calling in right now.
hi
Hey, how's it
Okay.
going,
Desiree, how are
Desiree?
you?
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, we're guys, we're gonna go back to Cleopatra. I think she's calling in. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
Push me back.
So, what do you think about the conversation that we were having about social media and our relationships? Hello? Cleopatra? Hello?
Cleo, you might not be on there.
We're gonna go back to Desiree, guys.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear us? Hey, how's it going, Desiree? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, well, that's fine.
All right.
What do you look like without your beard shaped up and a haircut?
What do I look like?
I look like
Go to my Facebook. I have pictures on my Facebook with me without a beard. Period. I was a Marine and I'm lean. I have a lean face. I have a chin. You know what I'm saying? I look just like I do. This is exactly what I look like. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't have to put makeup on. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can go shave
And
my
that's the
beard right
thing.
now. You can see me
Women
right
have
after
the,
this.
and I think
Yep.
it sounds like you're upset that you can't wear makeup because it's a privilege.
No,
to be able to
it's
do it.
deceitful. It's deceitful. No, it's
It's
just
a
look at
privilege
me.
to be
I'm
able to do your
okay.
makeup. So the
No,
fact that
it's
women can, there's
deceitful.
some that can't and wish they could. So a man
No.
to be saying like that is really just wild. But I hear
No, it's
you.
not. It's not wild
No, when you
because
take
it's
it off.
deceiving. It is
Yeah.
deceiving. Take that
It's
shit
not
off.
deceiving if she's
It's
willing to take it
deceiving.
off. If she's in
Listen,
it 24/7,
All right.
doesn't take it off, that's deceiving. If she's willing to after the night, you're obviously saying that you base women off of first
Gotcha.
impressions.
Oh, we have Cleo.
That's what
back
you're
on.
saying.
everybody does in your
No,
professional
everybody
life.
doesn't.
In your
Everybody does
professional,
not.
so you never gone in for a job interview, and you've never
Got-
been judged based off of that job interview for 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
Well, my personality is amazing, so I've gotten every job. I can't.
But you got judged. You got judged off of it.
I don't know if I
Television
did
based off of it.
because of my makeup or because of my skin color.
Hey.
Because there's certain things you wouldn't
Hey.
be able to relate to that I may have gotten judged from. So I can't
No.
tell you that. because
We're
of my
talking
makeup,
about
or because I was
Guys,
black, or because my hair was
Cleo
straight,
back on the
or because
line.
my hair was curly. Your hair can't get kinky, curly, or straight, so
You
you
guys,
wouldn't know what I get.
that
You
has
wouldn't be
nothing
able
to
to
do
relate to
with
the
it. We're
things
talking
I
about a
get judged
job
from.
interview.
I am talking about a job interview. You don't think they judge people off their skin color? Hi, someone's on the line. We'll get back to it.
Cleo, can you hear us?
Oh, I heard it all.
Okay, got you. Thank you for joining us too.
No problem. Oh yeah, I don't know. With social media, it's a tough one because I hear this a lot from my brothers. You know, my friends. The men. I think men get it the worst. Just because, like with when it comes to filters and everything else that we are
Yeah.
capable of, from the lashes to the fake asses to the fake
Yeah.
titties to the hair to a
Yeah.
lot of things that you are deceived
Mm-hmm.
from the jump.
Yeah.
But in the same way, for myself, I'm a tall female, so for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's I get a lot of men or like, hey, let's hang out, da, 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 boom, I show up, you're like 5'6", dude, come on now, come on now. And it's
No,
like,
I can
you
see
can't really see that when you are talking or relating to someone
Okay.
via the internet. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I think social media is just taken away from the traditional ways of dating, and
You're right.
you get a lot of
Right.
false individuals, a lot.
gotcha. And
I think
so,
because we're in this age, we should understand all of the technology and advancements that we are accessible to on the internet, which is why you should not go full throttle first in on how this person looks.
yeah.
But that's
So,
the reason why. Hold on.
yeah.
Based off of any standard of
Mm-hmm.
dating, the very first thing we go off of is not by a voice; it's by our visual looks.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
What if you're
Nobody
blind?
goes and looks
Can I have
and
a
keeps their eyes
statistic for
closed
a
and be
blind
like,
person? Can I
it
have a
doesn't.
statistic for a blind person, please?
Yeah, I can. I'll look it up right
No,
now.
I'm just
But
thinking you already had that because that's the thing. You have to think realistically. Like,
okay, how many
not
blind people
everybody
are
can
there? How
see
many blind people
someone.
are in the United States? Probably like 2%. Like,
I don't
if we're gonna
know the
get down to statistics, it's
percentages.
probably like 2% of blind people. All right, so out of the 2%, that's going to be 2% of 338 million people. We're going to say 4 million, 6 million
Can't
people.
see. So
They
what
can't.
else would they look for attraction? The
Okay,
voice.
they would have to be. They would have to touch. They would have to go with
Okay.
voice. Things like
Right.
that. All right,
Because
so that
Madeline,
means the other 300 million
all
of
right.
us are going to go by what we see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the
At
majority of the
least the blind
population.
people know.
All right. All right,
Sorry.
guys. Sorry to interrupt again, but we got another caller that's coming in. But we want to thank Cleopatra for calling in.
Thank you.
How we
Hey,
doing, everybody?
McElhaney. Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Well, I wanted to call in right in the middle of that because my voice inflection puts off a very different assumption for most people than what is real.
Okay.
Because I know I sound like the dumbest damn redneck in the country, and I'm okay with that. And
Cut
just like
it
I
out. No,
know
you don't.
with the way my voice especially comes over electronics, I don't just sound like I would be a racist. I sound like I own the damn clan. And I understand that.
What?
It's a
It's
wild
okay.
boy.
The wild
That's
part,
good old
yeah.
Mississippi for you.
All right.
But with that, what's funny is the entire time I was in the Marine Corps, and as of yet, I've yet to meet a single person that scored higher than me on the ASVAB.
Okay.
Period. I love that for you.
Yes, and it's just one of those things. I know I sound like the stupid, retarded racist from the South, and it
But
is what
So,
it
what is your
is.
take on the social media aspect of
yeah,
aesthetics?
It's catfishing
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Do you
if
get catfish often?
me no, because I don't trust somebody until I physically meet them in person.
Do you catfish women?
No,
See, beauty is
Okay.
currency.
uh,
If men
just
weren't
it's
so
just
hung up on the
it's
physical
not my
actions
thing.
of relationship,
Because
men
of
and
course
women could be their
filters can't
authentic
fix this
selves.
anyway.
Right.
I understand it. But I've seen so many where see it, picture online of somebody you don't know yet. You get one view of what they're portraying themselves as. But when you meet that person actually in person, it is not at all the same person
Right.
that was in the pictures. Because, like, I have an ex-wife. The pictures I saw of her after we had already met, the pictures looked like a completely different person.
Yeah.
Her pictures looked 100 pounds lighter than she truly was.
Right. And that's for sure catfishing.
Yes. And similar to the lady that was on a few minutes ago, she was tall. I'm very much not tall.
Right.
If I
And
have a
that doesn't really
trampoline,
show up in pictures, right?
yeah, if I have a trampoline, I can headbutt you in the knee. Yes.
Well, hey,
What?
hey, Malcolm Andy, thank you so much for your time and thank you for calling
Thank
in.
you
We got
so
another
much.
caller on the line, but thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness.
So somebody by the name of Tor, they said a little while ago, basically that if
Can I
people
read
weren't
it?
so, I think so.
It says beauty is currency. If men weren't so hung up on the physical aspect of a relationship, men and women could be their authentic selves. Go ahead.
I
Okay.
like that. I'll take
So
that.
but I don't. I think you should be authentic even without aesthetics. But
Mm,
what's drawn to us, like people that are going to be attracted to each other, that's going to be the number one thing that you're attracted to. Then that doesn't mean it's not the end all be all. But also, it shouldn't be like it should not be a one of those things where somebody takes off their war paint and they look like a completely different person. Like it's just to me that is the misleading deceit that Cleo was talking about. And it also means that they are okay with being that way in order to be appealing to somebody that they normally wouldn't be appealing to. And that's the same thing with men too. Yeah, somebody said something earlier about beards, but and I mean, if somebody has a big bushy beard, then yeah, it could be very misleading. Somebody who has a nice trim with literally 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters, their face is going to look the same pretty much. Like, and I generally keep. So, like it is misleading to a certain extent because I've seen guys they shave, they're missing a whole fucking chin, right? So, like they're missing a whole chin, like in their face
No,
is out here.
Right.
I
Right.
Like
can
if
see
I go
this.
shave my beard, I'm gonna look exactly the same except
Yeah,
without white hair.
yeah.
So, but it can be misleading,
Yeah, I definitely agree that it can be misleading. I also do agree that it is
It's a form of art. You're not gonna
it's
hear
a
me
form
lie
of
about
art.
that.
And
It's still a form
definitely
of art.
that too. I
Yeah.
think with the advantage of being able to use it, I think that's just what is going on. And yes, it may go too far. I agree, right? Especially if these things are being filtered and it's not actually I did this makeup or you know what I mean, or just the woman can't even do what she looks like she could do online. You know what I mean? Certain things like that. I definitely get that. I guess being in the beauty industry, I like to just say a little bit more.
No, I mean, but you're right though.
I
Listen,
wear
you're
makeup
you're
every day,
right.
and I think I look exactly the same without it. So I'm not talking about me personally. I'm not like even trying to. Nothing like that. But I definitely know how beautiful women feel. I've had women that have never worn in 40, 50 years come get their hair done by me, and they see me with makeup, and I show them a little bit of something, and their whole life changed that day. And I think for me, it's a feeling that you guys didn't feel. It's something that you see, right? And I guess you could educate yourself a little bit more and be a little bit more considerate towards women when it comes to makeup, and maybe not the extremities of it, right? But
That's what I was alluding to is the extreme.
right,
Every woman that I date wears makeup.
right.
Every one of them, but it shouldn't be caked on so much to where it changes your complete aesthetics.
You look like
Like it
a
shouldn't.
vomit.
Like it really shouldn't. Like
Yeah.
if you have bad skin, it shouldn't be put so deeply on to where all of your blemishes are gone and all of your moles are
That's
gone.
what it's for. It's to get rid of blemishes. What you
It's
mean?
not, but if your whole face is blemished, listen, I've done watch makeup tutorials. I've done
Makeup is a
watch
lot
makeup
cheaper than
tutorials, and I've seen
skincare.
a woman I've seen this happen on 4 different occasions. Women without teeth, and one of them being like 65 years old, completely changed the way that she looked by
Yeah,
putting in false teeth and putting on a pound of
That's the
makeup. I
devil's work.
watched it. I watched
that
it. Like
is.
And that's disturbing. That is
That's what
very
beauty's about.
disturbing.
Why can't she still feel beautiful? She doesn't have teeth anymore. She wants teeth. That's a problem. The
But
world is
have you
coming
ever
to
seen the
No, I
movie
think it's
I'm Gonna
great for her
the
confidence.
world
I
is
think
coming
it's
to an
great for her
end.
confidence, but she should not lead on like that,
She
in my
should. Hey,
opinion.
I don't have no teeth. You want me? But I can put them in.
well
What you want
no
her to
I
do?
like honesty. Yes,
Okay, I hear you. Okay, I
I
hear
like
you. I hear
honesty.
you. As
no
long as
have
you
you
know
got
the teeth are coming in.
have you guys seen the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? Have you ever seen that
Hell
movie?
yeah, I own that
I
movie.
Okay,
haven't seen that.
remember when he goes out on a date with the girl and she takes off her ass, she takes off her that movie right
Okay,
there is
that
what's
Yeah,
happening right
I
now.
don't know. Those are jokes to me. If that was
No,
really
but
happening
it's
in real life,
reality
then
right
I'm
now.
sorry, guys. I didn't know people were doing things like that for real.
it's I just know because I've seen makeup tutorials. My ex was a licensed esthetician.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I watched makeup tutorials, those same ones that she was watching, and I watched a 60-year-old woman go from 60 to 30, no teeth in her mouth and then I was just like, bro, like, and she put a wig on and everything. She didn't look like the same person. And I
Hey.
was just like, and she could go take a selfie just like this, right? Just like this, go take a selfie. And it's not even the same person. That to me is
But you
misleading.
realize a
And
person doesn't depict their look, so it is the same person. It is the
okay,
same person. She
it,
looks different.
but the whole topic of the whole topic of this is the narcissistic characteristics
Mhm.
that are playing into social media. The original topic was, how does social media play in a relationship? Well,
Mhm.
to me, this is how social media plays into it. It is misleading whenever we're talking about personal aesthetics. Men, I'm not saying just women, men also can be
No, I'm not saying
misleading.
just for men. I said I think it's misleading for men because all us
Oh,
girls know what's going on with these filters. We all know what's going on. We
it's
all
all
know what's going
shapewear too.
on. We know what's
Yeah,
going on
that
with the
shapewear,
BBLs.
I ain't gonna
We know
but
what's
I
going
like
on with lips.
BBW,
We
so
know what's
if
fake. We know what hair is real. Us girls know it's misleading for the men. That's why I said for men. I'm not
Oh,
saying that you think it's just women. No. Men mislead too. But for
yeah.
women, we're a women. I'm not speaking for all. I'm going to speak for me, myself, and the women who I know. We tend to explore, and if the guy is short, well, shit, we seen it. But we did go out, not based on his looks, though. And so I
Hmm.
think a lot of things are misleading for men
Hmm.
on social media because us girls know that shit fake. Like, what, God did not bring you here like that. And if this boy thinks, this man thinks, this transgender thinks, whatever the person you're interested in thinks that this is real, that's funny.
What is
Jokes
shapewear?
on him.
What is
Huh?
shapewear?
it's like
I
for
don't know what
like
that
a
is.
lot of
Shapewear? I don't
Yeah.
know what shapewear is. Do you want to see my shape? Because I don't got to wear it.
oh see, now you did now
Did
it's
you
about
want
to
me
be
to
a
get
fight.
up? You know,
No,
No,
what is
it's gotta
a
shapewear?
be
I don't
question.
know.
BBW
I don't
women
have
and
to
they
A
worry
fake.
about
question was
that.
asked about shapewear, and I'm not.
No,
What is it, Reed?
so
Shape.
I
Huh?
date a lot of BBW women and they wear a lot of that to curve it in, but I like it when it's hanging out though, because I like my woman, you gotta be too something to do something. So I'm like, so I like it, but they some of them wear it because they hide
Listen,
it,
man,
trying to
I gotta
hide it.
look this up now. What is shapewear?
No, but
Yeah,
there
Now,
a
are
lot
some
of them wear
shapewear.
it because they
Shapewear
don't
is
want it.
way misleading, and she's absolutely right. She said it's not just makeup; it's all shapewear too. Shapewear is when you have, let's say, I have a fupa. Do you know what a fupa?
yeah.
Oh, the
Let's
best
say
part.
I got
That's
this
the best
fupa, and
part.
my
Oh, that's the
fupa, and it
best
might not
part.
be my fupa. It could be my love handles, my back fat, my whatever
Ooh,
is over accessing out of the clothes. You see
Lord,
how this is open here? Imagine this doing that, right? The
man.
shapewear now is going to form all of that,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
So when you
oh,
take the
okay.
shapewear off,
Yeah,
then you see everything unfold out of the clothes.
Yeah, Lord.
So she's
Yeah.
yeah.
saying the shapewear is more misleading than makeup, and I agree with that.
I love it. I don't want them wearing them shapewears. I want to see the real stomach. Shout
She
out to
said,
all the
"Girdle, it
BBWs.
tucks the fat."
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
love
looking
it.
at. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing. All right.
I wear them. I
What?
wear
What?
them depending on the dress.
Okay.
Some dresses I need my butt to be a little higher than it is, but my
Yeah.
butt is still a butt, so I'm not misleading
Yes.
all the way. Like,
All right.
No, I
Our
get it. I get it.
producer is telling us we need to move on to another
oh,
topic, and
okay.
it's
So
family. How does family and friends affect relationships?
negatively or positively?
Both.
Positively, I think if you're like, for me, family helps a lot because support system when it comes to my son.
Mhm.
That's just number one. I can't think of anything else. Family helps a lot. I guess motivating me, sometimes I don't have anybody but my family and friends to tell me like you're doing good, like you are, social media is not always going to be there. Like
Not
those memes are general. You know, they're not.
Well, romantic relationships. Let me reword that. It's
Oh,
about romantic relationships, like not. Yeah.
how do they help positively in your romantic relationship,
Yeah,
family,
in your romantic, like you with this guy, like how
and
you.
you
So
can go
how?
because I don't know.
Okay, so like this, how does your family perceive the person who you dated? See, me, I met my I was in a relationship. I was married for 14 years. So when I met my ex-wife's family, I don't have any family. I grew up in foster care from 3 all the way to age 19. So the way her family perceived me was like, oh, you know, he's a Marine, got wounded in Iraq. So that's the way they saw me. And then later on, they found out, you know, that, you know, I mean, sometimes I ain't always there. So, you know, it's like, how did that affect our relationship was because I was just putting on the front, basically. Like I'm still a nice person, but that's not my real. You only meet the representation of a person. So how does family see the person that you're with? That's what I would say. If that's not too confusing. So
So
anybody ever had an issue
yeah.
like that your family didn't like the person that you was with, or you know?
So for the most part, in my relationships, what I've
Mm-hmm.
experienced personally,
Mm-hmm.
like my family, I've been like away from my family for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't lived around my family, like
Mm-hmm.
with my family, anything for uh over 2 decades. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, about two and a half decades at this point. Um, so I'm gonna be honest with you. It, for the most part, like I don't really involve my family too much. Um,
Okay.
whenever it comes to my relationships,
Okay.
if it's a red flag, I go for it, bro. If it's a red flag, fuck it. Let's try it, right? Why not? Let's get another red flag in there.
Hey man,
let's
we
just
all
try. Let's
been
just
there.
try another red flag, right? So I got let's see, I just got some attachments. Let's see, family and friends can literally make or break a really, yeah, they can.
I agree.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely so. The thing is, it's like my friends, they all right, so my group of friends are all men,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't sit there and gossip. What I'll do is I'll talk to my brother. I tell him, he's my brother anyways. I always tell him I love him, so on and so forth. Nonetheless, though, I say, all right, this is a situation, this is what's going on, and I move forward and tell him whatever the issue might be. And he listens to me very intimately in detail because he's known me for a long time. He understands my psyche. He understands all
Yeah.
the things that I've been through. He's going to be in my book also, and I love him. He loves me, and he tells me basically what I've talked to him about, and it gives me solid advice. He never ever says anything negative. He
Mm-hmm.
tells me, okay, well, this is the position you're in. Look at it from a different stance. Have you looked at it this way or that way? Um, and he's very mature, so he's emotionally mature. He gives me some really solid guidance, and the other couple of guys that I talk to or confide in, a lot of us are a lot of us are pretty close, and they give basically the same advice. uh
Right.
and then I also go to counseling. Like I go to counseling every other week, so and I'm
Hey,
never going to stop
I
going to
love
counseling.
that.
So
hey,
I believe in going to
definitely
counseling.
big ups on that.
Yeah, I've
I
always.
love that. I went to counseling one time and cried so hard. I was like, I don't know what this lady did to me, but I was like scared to go back. But I think that was like a good feeling. And
Yeah.
I just love hearing you say that because I'm definitely going to go back after that. Because I cried so much in front of her. I was like, I don't know
Yeah.
Shout
you.
out to mental health.
I'm not
Shout
coming
out
back.
to
I don't
mental
know
health
about that. But it was
and
actually,
social workers
I guess it
Yeah.
gets
and
better
therapists.
the more you go.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
So yeah, for just for me though, that's my support group is really, really solid. And we will not sit there and go back and forth about, you know, screw that chick, so on and so we don't do that. What we do is we try to
I'm
like
glad to hear.
help each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, well, let's look at it from this perspective.
Yeah.
And they'll tell me straight up if they feel like I'm getting used or if they feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's something I need to do different, and this last like situationship that I was in, it was more of a situationship more than anything. It was like all right, well, we got to remember she's getting divorced already. All this other things going on. She got her kids to worry about. She's getting ready to go to Bahrain. She got all these other things that's going on. So we got to look at it from a different perspective and be like, okay, does she have the emotional capacity to handle a man like you? And to handle a man like me, like I'm very, very direct. I'm very forward. So there was no the emotional capacity. The tank was on empty. So I had to really sit there and compartmentalize and start thinking about putting this away, taking this away. It's just it's work. It's continuous work. And then whenever I went and talked to my therapist, got the same answer, and it was just like, okay, so we're all on the same. We're all on the same line of what my course of action should be. So that's just me,
Gotcha.
of course.
Uh,
Yeah.
you got anything
Nice.
else,
Reading that.
Ralphie?
I don't want to talk about my family and friends and my relationships only because I'm still learning on how they help and how they benefit. And I don't think either thing that, and I haven't had that many relationships. So I don't think negative or positive I can speak on how it's affected me because every choice was essentially mine. I never sat down like, oh, my family said this and that's why I did that. Or my friend said this and I never did that. Like, yeah, I heard you, but I still want to be with him. Haha. Or yeah, I heard you, and I heard you. You guys said I should stay, and I don't. So there's a lot of things with that with my son's father. There's a lot of people that were like, "Don't leave him," and I was like, "Yeah, no." And there's a lot of things with I don't have kids with a lot of men now. I was like, I want to be with these men, and people are very confused. And it's like the reason you're confused is because this isn't technically your situation. You don't know what happens in my house, like in my bed. Like you aren't there with these conversations. You only see or hear what I tell you. You don't even get the other scope of this person. And you probably don't care because you're not their friend, you're mine, which is why I can't go based off of family or friends, whether they help negatively or positively. I think they're just there. They're entities around me in my relationship. They're not effects of whether I don't listen to them. It's really, I'll go pray, ask God, do it that way.
Shout out to the man up there.
Shout out to God. That's how I work. And a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? You mean I really don't let those things sway me? I will go in and ask for sure. I will ask, but it's not to negate my thought process or how I'm going to do what I'm going to do. It's really just to get more experience because I don't have enough experience.
Gotcha.
Like what's happened? Like, did you have something like this happen? But not like, should I leave my man or should I be with them? No, it's like, did this happen? Like, is this a normal thing? Like, I'll probably get on Google before I ask somebody, really.
Damn. Google. Google is really running the world. So our next segment is
hated me. Even when I was having pregnancy complications, she didn't offer to help out. Ooh.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie.
I'm so sorry to hear that. There are a lot of situations like that, but I have not, thank God, had to experience something like that. But I do hear about things like that a lot. And that's what I was talking about with the support system and how in relationships, having kids, that is the big thing. Remember, you're like, we're talking about intimate, but like, you had a baby that was pretty intimate. So
yeah, definitely,
you have family helping. So that's why when you said intimate, I was like, well, I don't know. I can't tell you because I don't talk to them about it.
Well, we're going to switch segments because my producer keep asking to switch to hypothetical hijinks. So I think the first one that we kind of discussed was ghost employees.
Okay, guys.
So, you want to take that, Ralphie?
I do want to take it, but I feel like I'm going to say it wrong. Okay. So ghost employees. So this is the flickering of the light, right? So hypothetically, there's somebody that's in this room. We all work together, and they just basically flicker the light on and off. And we basically have to figure out who's doing it. Is it a ghost? Why is it happening? Is the office haunted? What would you do? You're sitting in the room, the office room with Reed, Anthony. And all of a sudden, I come in there and I'm handing you guys the next set of segments for the next show. And the lights start flickering on and off. It's only us three.
What am I doing?
Go first.
Yeah, you there. He gonna say, am I in the room? Yeah. What you gonna do?
Bro, I'm walking out.
You gonna leave? Okay, Lance agrees with you. Lance gonna leave. Reed, what you gonna do?
Now I'm gonna try to I'm from South Carolina, man. We deal with that all the time. So that's just regular damn shit. Probably
you deal with lights flickering on and off all the time.
Yeah, I'll probably get some salt. Probably put it by there. Probably get a broom. You know, there's ways to get rid of them, and plus they really
No,
can't. They
sir.
got really no power. I'm telling you.
I'm walking
And
out.
I have paranormal experiences.
I am like the girl on the scary movie where they're like, why is she walking towards the light? You know? Because I'm gonna try to unscrew it and see if there's like something. You know, I'm not an electrician, but I'm gonna see if there's a short or something.
No.
Yeah.
I know very well there's not a ghost. It's a short. You know, that's what I'm.
No, but once you see a paranormal experience or have one, it just makes you more. It makes you more susceptible to it. So, a quick story: when I was 3 years old, I was at my first foster home. I woke up one morning, I'm crying, tears out my eyes. My brothers can tell you this whole story. And ghost of a bee is a BW. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But no, I started crying, and these snakes started coming through the vent. Like, it was two, and I never forget it. They was all like in the coil. My foster mother came with a hoe, a real hoe, not a hoe, like a real hoe.
A real hoe, not a hoe.
Yeah. So when she hit them, they disappeared in the thin air. And come to find out later on, my baby brother told me it was a man that was trying to get her off her land. So he was using in South Carolina, we call it roots. So it's just voodoo. That's all it is. It's like African voodoo. So it's heavily big in South Carolina. Heavily.
So can we read some of these comments on the side?
You know. Yo, go ahead.
You read.
Oh,
Jamie
call
said.
electrician. Jamie said call an electrician.
What's the next one? Call the electrician. That's what I was saying, girl. You got to call the electrician. Lance said, tell his grandpa. Lance believes in ghosts, y'all.
Reed will wait. Wait till you see if the ghost is there. Yeah, I agree with that.
Reed loves BBWs, y'all. I just want y'all to know that he's a BBW lover. Okay.
I mean,
yep. That was his intro.
I love him.
That's his whole intro.
They ready to give a heart to all the BBWs. I love y'all too.
Yeah, all the BBWs.
I think I'm a part of the crew.
Big time.
Why are hearts not working?
I know.
Why only his?
Gotta be up.
He said you're not doing it.
Our producers say we have to stay still. So I'm like, I'm about to become a Power Ranger or something.
Is that right? I'm working. Mine's working.
No, Anthony, that means you got a good heart.
I gotta update the iPad.
You're replying. I've never seen a hefty ghost.
No. Casper Brothers was hella big.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Slimer off of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, girl, you gotta go watch the other show.
Slimer would be big. Be eating all that food.
They got big ghosts. The food just slides through them, but it's so much food that they get big somehow.
So the next one was pet detectives.
Okay, so imagine. Okay, y'all have a pet, right? And the neighbors are out of town, I think, for like 2-3 weeks. And every time your pet comes back from using the bathroom, you let your dog out, comes back with like a gnome, like some sort of plant garden kind of thing. You know, what are they called? I don't know.
Gnomes, I think.
They come back with some garden furniture from your neighbor's yard. What are you going to do? Are you going to take it back? What are you going to do? I'm not even going to give you options. Every time your dog comes back, right? You guys got to figure out where all these garden furniture is coming from. What are you guys going to do? How are you going to get the garden furniture back?
It depends on what he brings. I might keep. I don't know. I'm just joking. I don't sleep.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm buying one of those outdoor cameras, and I'm going to see exactly where he's coming from, what area he's coming from with this stuff. I'm like, whoa. Like, no, I don't know. And I'm going to lock his ass up. Like, he's gonna be on a chain.
He's going to be in trouble? You're going to put your dog in trouble?
What's that?
I think he's going to be in trouble.
Doggone right. You know? Because he's going to be getting me in trouble. They're going to be thinking I'm going to their yard stealing.
3 weeks gone. Every time he come back, he bringing something to your yard. Keeping it or taking it back.
3 weeks? 3 weeks? Man. Bro, first off, I'm going crazy for 3 weeks. Like, if my dog goes missing for 3 weeks, like I'm putting signs up everywhere. And let me see somebody.
No,
with
not
my
the dog.
We're fighting.
Your neighbors are going on vacation. It's not the dog. The neighbors are going on vacation, and the dog is taking it upon himself to bring their yard furniture back to your house.
It depends on who the neighbors is.
You gotta get it back.
It really depends on. No, because I'm gonna tell you, well, my dog used to do that with trash, and this is a tragic story, but nonetheless, it's a story. So my dog kept like going when this is like my fourth foster home. So my dog kept getting out. It was a black lab. His name was Roscoe. He used to just go out, tear up the trash. One day we in the house watching TV. I hear my dog barking and screaming. They done set my damn dog on fire. The fat boy and his brother. Yeah.
What?
South Carolina is a crazy ass.
You have to call the police or something. Like,
we tried to. Yeah, but we couldn't prove that they did it.
Look at the comment. Call PETA.
You know? Oh, but this is
what
like
you mean?
in the 90s.
They have cameras or nothing? They just burnt your dog?
No, this is like not this time. This is like in maybe
so
what, 90,
that,
96, 97?
Yeah, man. I'm like,
yeah, my dog was on fire, man. We come outside, we like, God damn, the dog on fire and all types of shit, man. We try to get the I mean, it was like some wild shit.
Okay. So,
and we was just
essentially,
listen, man, y'all don't want to know what I'm gonna fucking shoot. I'm gonna shoot somebody.
Yeah, but
like I'm gonna go find somebody and they paying for my dog. Like period.
That's my family. Dog.
Like they paying. Like somebody's gonna get shot. Somebody's gonna get beat up. Somebody's gonna get ran down on.
Hot dog.
That's my dog. You wrong for that, girl. You wrong for that.
No, that's what Lance said.
Hey,
look,
that's
what Lance said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that. I was like, you wrong for that one. But no, like
I'm the only one that can see. I'm over here in the comments being nosy. That's why I'm really sorry.
I see it now.
Yeah.
No,
so read
like
some of the responses for that problem, and then we can move on from those ones because I.
All right. Did any of them come up yet? I don't see. Jamie said call Ace Ventura.
Okay, Jamie said call Ace Ventura. Lance said the gnome. Lance also said that's probably one of my kinfolk.
Wow.
Lance also said the gnome. And then yeah. That was pretty funny. Hot dog.
Yeah.
You roasting your dog.
Hey, but he survived.
Bro. Reed, what did you like? Hold on. Let's go back to the story. Reed, bro. What?
Oh my gosh.
How did y'all get the dog like to?
No, because so when I was on fire, we had to put it out. I think we had the hose or something. We put it out.
You had to put your own dog out?
Yeah, but it's because it only burned the fur on the back, so it was on the back. And then we had to put
the dog didn't die.
No, his dog survived. He survived. It wasn't like his back was inflamed. Yeah.
Why this whole time I thought the dog burnt to ash?
No, he didn't burn to death.
Man. I thought the same thing.
Bye, Reed. Let's talk about something else. I'm over here talking about something. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
what happened to that damn dog? His hair grew back.
Yeah, you had to put stuff on his back to make sure, to get the flesh and everything back.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Stop, drop a roll. The dog was just slightly charged. Sorry, I'm reading side comments. They're about to come up. Put them up.
Stop dropping.
Yeah, I wish he would have did that, man. It was crazy, man, because he was tied to the bench.
Jamie said the dog was slightly charged towards laughing. That is so funny.
I know, man.
We gotta move on, man. This be making me angry about this whole animal thing, bro.
Next topic, because
I get angry about a dog for real.
You know, he was about to shoot somebody.
Hey, man, I get it.
I was shoot somebody.
I was with
the dog didn't even die.
I was a kid, man.
Like, bro, like that's a family member.
And I love that dog. That's
what I'm saying.
I can't believe you.
Like I go to prison for shooting somebody for burning my dog for real. Like that's for real.
You got to be on that time.
That is crazy.
The next segment is bad advice. So this, you want to explain the segment, Ralphie?
I'm going to explain the segment. So basically on bad advice segment, we got a couple of questions, concerns from our viewers. And basically on this segment, we're going to, you guys as listeners also and viewers are going to help us give bad advice to these people who need help, because at the end of the day, good advice ain't gonna get you to where you need to be. That's why you're here talking to us on a bad advice corner. Let's get to it. All right.
So anybody want to, and we encourage everybody to call in too. So
Please
what?
call in. Well, if anybody doesn't, I'm gonna go ahead and find some that I do have. So go ahead.
All right. So what's something that you would give somebody bad advice on?
Something I would give somebody bad advice?
You are
Like just a
Anthony.
general thing? I'm giving bad advice on relationships. Why? Because you shouldn't have came to me in the first place. I'm giving bad advice, and that's what I'm saying. You see that kind of attitude? You see that? That's why you don't go to.
She said, "I'm giving bad advice."
You know what? You see? I didn't mean to say that, but do you see that? Like that's why you don't go to family and friends, because of that. I couldn't even. I'm being real though. Like I would give bad. I'd give you some crazy, because I like to see drama. You know, and if it's not in my life, it's a show. You know. And so, with that being said, yeah, I'm gonna give bad advice on the workplace. I'm gonna give some bad advice on. I'm gonna give some bad parenting advice, because that's kind of funny too. I'm a parent, so I could just imagine somebody telling my son to do something and he coming and doing it, and boy, you know. So yeah, those are just a couple of things.
So
what
my
about
producer,
guys, what would you give bad advice
my
on?
producer got a question. He said, "Would you challenge your? What about challenging your significant other to a duel?"
This is bad advice.
Yeah.
I say do it. I say.
If you have a disagreement. Hell no, that's a DV shit. Hell no.
You could get a DV expunged. Do it.
It depends on what kind of DV.
He said.
I'm telling you.
Well,
I
if
went
you
to
tell
prison
them it
for a
was
DV,
duel,
and I didn't even
they'll
touch
probably
the
be a
woman.
little lighter on you in court. If you say this was just
yeah, them DVs,
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if you can't get a DV in the state of Florida, if it's a felony, you ain't getting that bitch expunged. I'm telling you right now. I did 18 months Department of Corrections for something called aggravated stalking. Yeah, and it wasn't no stalking; it was just text messages.
Before she starts bruising.
There was no bruising. It was text messages. That's what I'm saying. I straight up, man, you can look at my cases online.
Okay.
So our producers asking you specifically you, Anthony, this question about showing up on a date and before you introduce yourself to the person, just showing up.
Okay.
Like ahead of time?
Like what in particular? Are we talking about what I would do in?
You match with them on the dating app.
This is bad advice.
I don't have any dating apps. That's the saying. Like
this is just bad advice.
But all right, so
just bad advice. Just give them something bad.
They have the app. They come to you. What should I do? Should I just show up, Anthony? Should I just show up?
Yeah, you know what? If I'm gonna be like, if it's bad advice, I'm the first thing I'm saying we doing Dutch. You know what I mean?
What's that? What's that? What is that?
50-50. 50-50. We doing Dutch. All right. So I'm not gonna waste my money on you. So because I don't know you. We just matched on a dating application.
Yeah.
And then next thing is this right here. If she got a whole cake of makeup on, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell her straight to her face. I'm gonna tell her straight to her face, like, why you wearing this much makeup? You know what I'm saying? Oh, and by the way, those angles that you got me, you know, like those angles, they are wrong. You know what I mean? So like I'm gonna
point out her flaws.
And then I'm gonna order shots to start with. Because you know, why not?
Damn.
Right?
That's gonna get you wrong. Instantly
I'm gonna get shots. We're gonna do like some vodka shots, maybe some tequila. You know what I mean? We're gonna do a little bit of everything.
Instantly unmatched.
But I mean, but we already there at the date, so I'm gonna just get her drunk. You know what I mean?
I'm going to just walk away.
Okay.
Well. So okay. He said, "Well,
somebody told me that happened to them before."
I mean, I'm sure it's happened on plenty of like, as far as like matching, Tinder, Bumble, all those dating applications. I'm pretty sure that's happened more than once.
Swipe left.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Swipe left.
There you go.
So our producers saying that.
I'm good at it. I'm so good. I be doing this.
What do you say?
So he's saying that. All right. So the next question is, I'm trying to take cues. Fucking up work tasks when your boss is giving you things to do. So fucking up work tasks.
Yeah. I remember this one. I will elaborate on it. Okay. My boss is giving me a bunch of work tasks. Should I fuck up so he can leave me alone? Or should I just get them done?
This is bad advice, right?
Bad advice corner.
Hell yeah, keep fucking that shit up. Make every Word doc, make it garbage, make everything that you could possibly go wrong, make sure it's just like that, and then send it back to him and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I completed this task. And it's all wrong, every bit of
Lose
it.
your job. Lose your job. That's what you're saying.
What's that?
Lose your job is what you're saying.
No, we're just saying you're not
You
doing
think you think that's
unless
really
they
gonna
give
get your
you.
boss to lay off on you if you fuck everything up he's giving you for the next 12 hours?
Well, the thing is like, whose fault is it for not showing you what
Fuck it
you're
up,
supposed to be
fuck it
doing?
up.
If you're
Right.
not
That's kind
properly
of true.
trained right, and you
Mm-hmm.
fucking or you keep messing it up, right? Whose fault is that? You weren't
You're
trained
right.
right. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And you
I
get to point the finger right back to them, be like, "Sir, by the
Yep.
way, I didn't get trained how to do Word doc. These graphs right here, nobody ever showed me how to do those."
You guys are so funny. Let's
That's what
read
I would
some
do.
comments from the listeners.
Go to the bathroom.
Hey,
Go to the
I did
bathroom
that. I
in the
did that
past 12
plenty of
hours.
times.
That's good. Your
Fuck
stomach
it up.
hurt.
Fuck it up.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Hell yeah.
Fuck up all the emails.
Yeah. Uh-oh. She disappeared. But no, that's totally right. If somebody going to keep tasking me with the same thing and I ain't been properly trained about it, just like a platoon sergeant's supposed to do, right? Platoon
Exactly.
sergeant's supposed to make sure his squad leaders are trained. Squad leaders make sure your team leaders are trained. Team leaders make sure your A gunner, saw gunner, your everybody, your rifleman, every one of the elements are trained, right? So if somebody messes up, ultimately whose job is it? The team leader, then the squad leader, then the platoon sergeant. So if somebody fails, there's always
It rolls
somebody to point
downhill.
at and be like, oh yeah, he didn't teach me this. So in the same way, in the administrative world or so on and so forth, what am I supposed to do? I'm gonna point the right fact to, hey boss, you didn't teach me how to do this. If they try to redirect that, be like, no, sir, sorry, no, ma'am. But I mean,
No,
if you do lose your job over it, of course, that's on you.
and you get unemployment. Here in California, it happens, man. It happens. I don't think I ever came across that. I done did some stuff. I done did some stuff at some jobs. Not nothing so bad that was gonna get me fired, but I just get pissed and be like, but then I gotta remember, this is a civilian world, so you can't act crazy. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, at the same time, I'll be honest with you. Like, this is part of the reason why I'm self-employed and I will never ever work for anyone except for
I feel
myself
it.
ever again. I can't do it.
Yep.
I can admit this, that I am incapable of being a good employee for somebody else. And I'm gonna tell you
I
why.
can
It's just like it's competency reasons. I believe in myself and what I can do more than what I can believe a job or a boss can tell me what to do, unless of course they've been doing that job for X amount of years and they're subject matter expert or something. In my realm of fitness and science and biology, we're continually learning. But so for me to go stop what I'm doing to go work at a gym and give them 60% of my income to go be a trainer there instead of me just doing what I do online on top of my supplementation company. Like, does that even make logical sense? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then I have to adhere to their standards and rules. And like, no, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I got my LLC. I got my LLCs, and then I got my C corp or my S corp. I'm good. I don't need to follow what you say. You know what I mean?
That's why I went back to school, so I didn't have to work for somebody, because at my last job, I love my job, but like when my former boss, the boss before the boss I got, I was outside and I was mad. And I was like, man, and I was on the phone with somebody, and I was like, man, fuck this job. I don't like this shit. And then she heard it, and then they called me in the HR and said, you said fuck this job, that you don't want that. I'm like, I was having a private conversation, but I think because I had two phones, because I was a social worker then, but like I said, man, fuck this job. She was like, you said fuck this job. I said, I didn't mean that.
She could hear you?
Huh?
Like she could hear you? What
yeah, no, she heard it. It was my fault because she overheard it, and then they heard it over the phone because I had 2 phones, so I think I was pocket
So when
dialing
they say
hers.
this line is really recorded, y'all, it's really recorded.
Yeah, she got on my ass too. I was like, damn, you can't see shit.
I definitely want to add on to what Anthony was saying. I don't ever remember having a job, and I remember wanting it, getting there, and being like, I'm so much better than this, or like, and not the people or anything. It was just the position that I was in. You know, it was that probably a great organization or a great place, but it was just like I could do this. You know, and the fact that in my mind, if I could think that I could do something, I'm going to go try to do it. I'm not going to sit there and continue to wonder if that would ever be a thing for me. So there's a lot of things that I've seen, and I think I'm appreciative of being in positions because I definitely learned a lot, but it also just helped me be my own boss still because I can't work for nobody. I'd be like, what are you talking? Let me show you a better. I've seen myself always showing somebody a better way how to do something at the job. So I was like, okay. Clearly I'm supposed to be somebody's boss. Let me go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next
Cleopatra even says that too. She's because Cleopatra is somebody that I know. So like she has multiple businesses. She's been an entrepreneur for a lot for I think probably 20 some years or 30 some years now. 20 some years. I know she's been an entrepreneur. And like she's taught me some things as well. So that's my guess. Like she's taught me things already, and we've already had discussions about a few different things. And whenever you're an entrepreneur, it gives you the leniency to think outside of the box. And she's been very, very successful with her businesses. She's one of those people you want to listen to whenever you're talking about business. So like this is part of, growing and becoming a better person and meeting your financial desires and needs
Absolutely.
and get put in that higher tax bracket. So, like I think that's what most of our goal is. Of course we want to help society, but also and provide a service, but at the same time we want to be fiscally responsible and be able to retire at a younger age. This whole working to 65 to 70 thing, who really wants to work? I don't.
Won't be me.
No. So she says
To
here.
answer this, Cleopatra says, as a Black woman, how does that make you feel when you network with others? And just reading that makes me smile. And that's what that makes me feel. It makes me feel happy that I'm able to say I have my own business. It makes me feel proud that when I say my age, as well as you can see my appearance, what I look like, does not give off what I'm telling you. And I'm so grateful that I'm even seeing this time where there are women my age, my skin color, being able to say, I own this. You should come and check it out. Or I do this. I'm willing to hire you. Or, I'm proud to be a Black woman and networking with others. That's how it makes me feel.
Got you. That's beautiful.
I'll be away from me at 14 years military background. Set the opportunities for us. That's good. That's a huge positive.
That is a positive. Cleopatra. Oh, I didn't read it. I was going to read it louder. Cleopatra added, but my father paved the way for me at 14. His military background set up opportunities for us very young. I can absolutely relate to that. My mom owned beauty salons growing up, like braid shops. So I definitely just seen what she did for sure and was like, that's smart. That's great that was paving ways because her business definitely paved ways for me as well. Okay, run it up.
There it is.
Love that.
We file a resume.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's definitely dope, man. Just even there, hey, let's give a shout out to all the entrepreneurs.
Yes, let's give a shout out to all our Black queens.
Absolutely.
Queens, I really think it's just a great thing that women in general are doing things. I'm grateful for that. But because we are Black, it is,
it is more challenging.
A little bit more of a tutor. Because like I was trying to say earlier, with the challenges that I see, it's not about, I could go in with absolutely no makeup because I have no flaws. I have no blemishes, right? But it's my skin color that I'll have to deal with, And I try not to even deflect. For me, it's kind of personal too. So I will add, it's personal because of my skin color, I will go in with the most done up makeup to a professionalized look to where you'll look at me like, oh my goodness, no one else that we've seen this week has came in like this. We want to hire her, Well, so it gives a different view to perspective of who you want to hire, how, because I could go in there raggedy taggedy, I ain't wear no makeup today, my hair looks, crazy.
Gotcha.
and you're black, right? I feel like the
Gotcha.
black is always like, and you're black kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you want to be the utmost at all times. So it might look like this woman is overdoing it. Probably don't know how to do her makeup, but it's for a reason. Wanting to be the utmost, you know. So if you're speaking about black women in the beauty industry, I think it's about presenting ourselves at a high level, and makeup just plays a huge role in that if you know how to do it.
Gotcha.
Wasn't alluding to black women. I was talking about any woman, but yeah,
Oh no,
but I don't.
I know
But
that. I
whenever,
was just going on to the queen
Gotcha.
and what we were just speaking
Sure.
about. You know?
so
So
the one thing I don't really talk about much is like my affirmation for Black Americans, and then I'll take 1 minute and talk about this. What really got me into it to understand was history, and understanding history and where liberalism came from, how it played into our system between the railroads, agriculture down in the South, and then basically what happened through the years between Jim Crow law, the Black Code, understanding disenfranchisement, understanding gentrification, and then just really having an understanding of how Black people have been mistreated all the way up until the Voters' Rights Act of 1965. And after Martin Luther King was assassinated, how 60 cities burned. So, without understanding history and the relevance, you're not. Most people are not going to have an affirmation for Black people. As a matter of fact, they don't even believe in reparations for Black Americans, which is, by way, the only people who
Right,
have
that's
not
right.
received reparations. The
Are
Irish
about-
Americans and Italian Americans, Chinese
hurts.
Americans, Asiatic and Japanese Americans all received reparations. Every one of them. This is historic. This is history, and you
You're
can
absolutely
go and
right.
look this information up. Like, I'm educated. I went to college. I understand history in depth. So I don't want you to ever think that I don't understand how Black women are viewed in our country. And
Well,
things like
Oh, I don't.
I don't ever
I
want you to
didn't.
think that,
I
you know what
didn't
I'm saying?
never thought that. I see beautiful black women behind you.
well,
I never
I
thought
want
Oh,
to
that
I
okay.
for
want
a
to jump.
second. I was
I want to talk about
commenting on
something on that too.
Cleopatra, and I was
Yeah.
also telling you
The,
why I may, as a black woman, go to the
yeah.
extent of doing my makeup to full depth because of my skin
Mhm.
color. I would like to be
Well,
perceived as a person of standard, so I will do my makeup.
well,
Just
I can
personal
talk about.
Mhm.
I'm gonna jump on
perception.
this real quick
That's all
too,
that was.
because
Personal.
this happened to me recently. So, as you guys know, I'm working on my PhD, right?
Yes.
No, I
So,
didn't know that,
so
but
Congratulations.
now I do know
yeah,
that. That's
for
awesome.
human services. So
Okay.
Congrats.
when I was getting in the car, I'm literally getting in the car. An African American gentleman picked me up in the car. And he started talking, and I was like, "Man, I ain't been out." He asked me, I was like, "Yeah, I ain't been out of the house in 2 weeks," because I dress kind of hip hoppers or whatever people want to call it. So he looked at me and he was like, "Hey, so what do you do or whatever?" I was like, "Nah, right now I'm just going to school full time, trying to do work towards my dissertation and everything else." He said, "I'm sorry, OG, but it don't look like you do shit." But that's what I'm saying. They see me as even that. I done been mistaken for a security guard. I
Because of
got
your skin color. So
all types
sometimes
of shit
if you
that
go get
I
a
ain't
haircut, if you shape
yeah,
up a little bit nicer, you take your hat off, you wear a
yeah,
collared shirt, that's
yeah,
all I was saying is sometimes we have to do a little bit more as a
yeah,
black person. Not saying that
yeah,
you do or don't, right? Just
yeah.
us,
No.
me.
I
We
definitely
have
agree.
to do a little bit more when it comes to job
Yeah,
interviews because we're getting judged based off of our skin
yeah,
color
pretty
first.
much.
And
Yep.
that's how we think. That might not even be a reality. That is a thought process based off of all the
Got you.
history you've learned, okay?
Got
No,
you.
it's
Got you.
You know?
let's I'm the majority here. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it is a reality. It is not
Yep.
something that's made up.
That's all. But
Yes.
it
Yeah.
wasn't to direct that you don't know or you
No.
do know. I was just giving a personal opinion.
No.
So I think he was
So,
now giving a personal opinion about how, yeah, he gets mistaken
got
as a
you.
security guard
So,
sometimes when he's getting a PhD and it's
Yeah.
because
got
of
you.
skin color. That's
Yeah.
all.
So the pet
That's
peeve.
all. Get off the race.
Got you. So now we talk about pet peeve of the week. Anybody got a pet peeve of the week?
I do have a pet peeve. Stop
Okay.
smacking that gum like that. All of
Oh.
you. Close your mouth and chew is my biggest
Got
pet
you.
peeve of the week. And
Got
I
you.
think it starts with kids because it's like, no, stop laughing. Do you chew with your mouth open? Do you chew with your
Dang.
mouth? Oh, why is he so weak?
I'm done. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all, man. I be
Why?
smacking
That's a hill you're gonna want to die
because
on,
I'm
man.
alone. I'm alone 99% of the
Yeah, me
time.
too. I'm so
No,
alone.
practice makes perfect. You start at home. Start chewing. You said I'm alone.
I eat cereal out of a pot sometimes, so I don't.
That you see, that's the manly thing to do right there. That is what men do. This
Boy
is what
thing.
we do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a boy thing. Stop chewing with your mouth open. That's a pet peeve. Go ahead, somebody else.
No, I'm going to stay on that for a second. So men are very different than women, especially whenever we're alone. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in my boxers. 99%. If I'm
He's
alone,
like, right
I'm in
now.
my underwear. I'm in my underwear. If I don't feel like getting a bowl out for cereal, I'm doing
Right.
what he did. I'm pulling a
Yeah.
pot out. I'm putting in my cereal,
Yep.
and I'm
Right.
just
Right.
throwing in a little bit of milk. And sometimes
Yeah.
I'm out of milk, and I just put water in that sucker.
Man,
Right?
No!
Hell
I've only
yeah,
heard of that.
hell
Never.
Bro, sometimes if you don't go to the store, you're just like, oh man, ain't got no milk.
Yeah.
Here, I got a little bit in that
No.
milk here.
Yeah.
And that's lean
Who
and
said
I'm just
whenever
putting water
sometimes?
in.
No.
That's the manly thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm
I-
horrible
okay.
about chewing gum.
I can't relate. My little brother, maybe it is a boy thing. Maybe because I have boys around me. I have a son and I have a brother. So it's always, I'm like, whoa. Stop.
It be good to you when it's good like that.
Close your
You
mouth.
gotta savor
Yeah.
every bite.
Stop.
You gotta savor every bite.
Okay,
Listen,
what's
here's my pet peeve.
Stop.
My pet peeve is this one right here. All right, I'm a man. I go to the men's room, right? Do you like? Do you know how many men do not wash their hands after they touch their penis and pee? Like,
Ooh,
I'm gonna
that's a good.
tell you something right now. That is, to me, that is my biggest pet peeve. Like,
That's a
it's
good one.
just like, bro, you just got finished touching your penis, urinating, shaking it, probably got a couple of drips on your hand, right? And you didn't even wash your hands, bro.
No,
Like,
you're right.
what is wrong with you? Are you like you're gonna go pick up that fork and you're gonna nah, bro, no.
You know
no,
what?
no.
You know what my pet peeve is then? My pet peeve is the smirk that they give after coming out the bathroom when you say go wash your hands. My pet peeve is that motherfucker.
That must
smirk.
be-
That little when they come out the bathroom, you're like, go wash your hands. They're like, you're nasty. Like, you know you're nasty, so you smiled at me. Go wash your hands.
But I mean, like, especially with younger boys too,
That's
because I
funny.
got 3 sons, so I know that shit. Like, you gotta wash your damn hands. Plus, I feel embarrassed if I walk out of the men, I don't wash my hands because they looking at me like, man, that nasty motherfucker didn't even wash his hands. Like, I'm like, damn, I ain't shit. You know, so I'm like, I always have to do that, man. Like, just cause I don't want to, cause it's definitely clean, but I don't like to be judged.
Do you wash your hands when you leave the restroom?
Huh? Yeah.
Do you wash your hands when you leave the bathroom?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't a savage.
Okay, no, I'm just saying because a lot of men don't. Like, it could be a boy thing.
No, I mean with young boys, you gotta stay on their ass about even taking a shower. So it's just they kids, man. So I got 3 of them, so I know, and they play football. So
Right.
yeah, but my pet peeve is, I guess it's not more. I guess it's on the line of a pet peeve. Manners that take you where money can't. That's what I would want everybody to remember. So it's kind of like, just be respectable. Respect everybody. Respect is due to a dog or anything. So just always have that respect. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like once you
that.
disrespect people, it's just like, I'm done with you. I can't. I mean, that means
I can't go
anybody.
back. After I disrespect somebody, I personally am shameful. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I ever show disrespect, it's gonna be like on some DEFCON 10 shit. Cause I'm gonna talk about everything. I'm gonna hurt you. So
I'd rather to death, and then because I know there's no coming. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Like I'm actually going to therapy because that's part of my issue. Is like, if I feel like I've been cut so deep that to where it's like you're gonna first of all, you're gonna share all these intimate feelings with me and talk to me about all these things that really built something, and then you're just going to abandon me based off of whatever makes you feel a certain way at the time, because it's not from emotional detachment or me not making you feel like a woman or something like that. Then I will use diatribe. I've done it in the past. I've used diatribe, has gotten me in trouble, literally gotten me in trouble. So like it's I actually have to go to therapy for that. Like I go and work on that with myself, because if somebody does, especially a man, like bro, like you can catch a fist, literally.
Right.
You
As
know
you
what I'm
should.
saying? Like you can catch a fist, and that's
Yeah.
not good. It's not good. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I understand how words cut through people, especially whenever you
That's it.
have built like a bond or chemistry, and intimate stuff about
Yeah.
them, and you bring it up
Right.
and you point it right in their
Right.
face.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
that is
saying?
true
Like
though.
I've done it, and
Yeah.
it kind of hurts at the same time because
It
I'm like,
definitely
man, I'm better than that. I'm better than that,
Yeah. Right. But and then
But
sometimes it's
Yeah.
we think about it after, like I wish I would not have done that, right? But I think
Yeah.
in the same sense, just to be a devil's advocate a little bit, I'm glad I fucking said that to you because honestly,
Mhm.
I don't talk. I make sure, and let me just sit the hell up really quick because I make sure that I'm considerate about the people's feelings that I care about. I promise you, I do. I make
Yeah.
sure I'll take a step to be like, okay, it wasn't like that, But when I haven't adjusted to myself in that moment, like I couldn't get to myself, I couldn't be aware of myself in that moment, you shouldn't be around me. You're not somebody that is a part of my healing process, obviously. I can't control myself when I'm around you. Because I know there's people that are in my life 10, 15, 13 plus years, right? That are still here, that I have never done that to. So there's something in this, right, that's not conducive to my healing process, and I think it's okay that you lashed out that way, so you know yourself around this person, so that doesn't happen again. And if you do want it to happen again, there has to be a healing process first
right.
before you reconnect
The
again.
pastor
Like,
says the
oh, I'm not
bond.
gonna talk again, girl. Did you remember? Because
Yeah.
you told him.
So
his penis
guys,
was
we're
small.
gonna
Like,
start
you know what I
reading
mean?
the
Like, you should
comments.
want to go back. It's the same penis. Like, that wasn't nice. Like little things like that.
So guys, we're gonna start reading the
that's hurtful.
comments for everybody's pet peeves.
Okay.
So,
Yes, read them. Read them.
all right. So who wants to start first with Cleopatra's one?
My biggest pet peeve this week is all the women who keep coming out in public with those damn bonnets on.
I know. Look like
I'm
goddamn.
those women, Cleo. I'm one of those women.
You in the beauty industry. What?
I'm promoting my bonnets. No, I'm promoting my bonnets. I sell them.
I'm gonna say down too what you had.
First of all, I promote my bonnets. I sell them. So obviously, I'm gonna have it on.
I gotta put mine down.
On. Like y'all don't ever think business. That's the problem. Y'all just think ratchet country shit. That's what we were just talking about.
No, but you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a Little Red Riding Hood.
When I wear my bonnet,
with a wolf put on the mom's, the grandma's thing. Yeah, it reminds me of Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh,
with y'all put that bonnet with the grandma when the wolf put on the bonnet. It looks like the grandma. That's what it reminds me.
That's really sweet. I love that, Reed. I don't mind looking like a wolf in a little hood. You know what I mean?
Now go ahead and say leaving the toilet seat up is a pet peeve.
Oh, I love that.
All right.
What's the next one? Go ahead.
Say, leaving the toilet seat down is a pet peeve.
Leaving it down is hella funny because mine is when you leave it up. Leaving it down is quite funny because I love it when it's left up. I don't.
People assuming politics.
My pet peeve is people assuming my political views because I have colored hair and tattoos. So they think you're a I said Dominican.
Liberal.
Probably
far left.
You're Dominican, bro. Let's go dance some Spanish music. You're Dominican.
I told you guys to not talk to me about the news. I specifically told them to not talk to me about the news because I don't know that stuff.
You created a whole new party. So it's the Dominican party.
It's the Dominican party.
We're
gonna party live. Oh man, it's hilarious. No.
Those
gracious.
Those are definitely some pet peeves, man. Definitely some pet peeves.
Colored hair and tattoos are the Dominican party.
So you know, God, what is it? Map Haiti. Stop it. So guys, we got 2 minutes left. It's just like on the football clock. So we're gonna run down. So what's everybody plans for this weekend?
My weekend's done.
The weekdays. What's going on?
Well, I'm gonna be just like working with my clients, training, doing all the stuff that I do daily, writing my book some more. Hopefully like my goal is to do 1 chapter a week. So that's what I'm working towards. My book is relatively short. I want it to be, in between 210 to 240 pages, at most 240, probably like 230. That's the goal.
Okay.
So I'll be working on that. Um, Training, still doing, still leaning down because that's what I'm doing. I got a model shoot coming up in September, October
Hey,
timeframe. So, you
good
know,
shit, brother.
it's all that
Hell
stuff that I
yeah.
do. I enjoy it. Yeah. Well,
Gotcha.
where'd Ralphie go?
She always be disappearing, man. She's like the female David Copperfield, man. Telling you.
What you doing, Reed? What you got?
Now, working on this PhD, signing my youngest up for football, probably, Yeah.
How old is your
Shout out to
youngest?
my oldest son, too, at BYU. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Good job
Yeah.
on him. For real.
Yeah. Yep.
That's killing it,
Yep.
man. That's killing it, bro. For real.
Yep. Yep. Is Ralph all right, so is Ralphie's?
There she
Oh, you
is.
gotta close. You brought us in, you gotta close us out.
You know, people keep calling me, and it's like, y'all not gonna call me on every device. I didn't got off the iPad, I didn't got off the phone, I didn't got off the Android. Please be respectful of my phones because you guys are literally watching and know that I'm doing this, and I think it's kind of disrespectful for the ones that know what they're doing because I know that you know this. I told you. All right.
All right, you gotta close us out. Tell us what you're doing as we
Yeah.
close
Thank
out.
you so much for coming to. No, I'm just kidding.
What you doing this week? What are you doing this week?
Yeah.
With your business?
What am I doing this week with my business?
Yeah, what you got going?
Oh, what is today?
Sunday.
Okay, today's Sunday. This week, okay, my mom just came back from Liberia, West Africa. Woo, woo.
Okay.
She brought back waist beads.
Those are nice.
Okay, she brought back waist beads, so I'm going to be separating
Don't tempt me with a
them.
good
She brought
time.
me, so I'm going to show you guys more. I think I'm going to bring them online probably on Thursday. She
Are
brought
you
them.
modeling them too?
Can you show us 10 more
I'm going to
times?
model them. No, I'm going to model them.
Okay. Can you
These
show?
look
Oh,
like,
that's
these
nice.
look like this. Okay, so I'm gonna
Show me 50 more
I'm
times.
really just teasing. They know that this ain't showing
All right,
nothing.
man.
So we're just
We
teasing.
gonna-
Y'all. Sorry. Back to the show and my week. Okay.
Oh, show
Okay.
me 50 more times.
I'm going to be pulling out the waist beads out of a bag, and I'm going to be separating them, trying to get them on show. People want to see them. Cleopatra said she's going to help me sell my bonnets a different kind of way, so I'm going to message her. She think I'm playing. And what else am I going to do? I'm actually going to spend some time with my son because he leaves on the weekend, so I take a couple days out.
That's good. That's dope.
What are you guys doing? And I'm going to be on the
we
show
are-
on Thursday. Make sure you get on Smoking and Joking on Thursday.
Definitely be
Yes.
on the Thursday show. Definitely. Oh, we have a guest for that show too, guys.
Okay, I'm excited.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I love a good gig.
Yes.
All right. That's it for the Smoking and Joking show.
That's
Yes,
it.
yes. Thank you guys so much. I'm Ralphie.